I love strange magic and I don't care who knows it. Yes, I know it's not a very good movie. I don't care. I love it. I love it so much. I will explain why I love it. I was a huge Glee fan back in the day. I'm still a huge fan of it now. I like when people break out into song. I like when they have such strong feelings about something they use it into lyrical words. I like that. That is my jam. Strange Magic was an animated jukebox musical, which means it took silly songs and not only let the characters sing to it, but they were magical creatures, so that amplifies the fun and the weird and the just all the ridiculous things I like. Strange Magic, the story is where, a fairy kingdom is next to a goblin kingdom. In the fairy kingdom, the princess heiress and all that, who is a brunette, she's, it's her wedding day. The very first 5 minutes are her wedding day, and she finds out that her handsome fiance is cheating on her with another fairy. And this was while they were singing a very cute, duet version of Can't Help Falling in Love. You know, that Elvis song goes on Lilo and Stitch. I can't help. Wise men say only fools rush in. And yes, this heartbreak makes a rather perky person go a little dark and goth. And darn it, I thought she looked good with the smoky eyeshadow and the purple lips. Okay, then the next scene is where apparently she's saying, fuck it, I don't need to be a perky happy princess. My fun is riding lizards and playing with weapons and all that. It's okay girl, you wanna show you're cool. I mean, I don't think chicks need to show they're really into weapons to show that they're tough, but heck, if she had fun with it, and she did train hard, she did go through her own little sword fighting things with at first her little fairy extras were helping her put on her dress and all that, the woodland creatures in a Disney movie. Then they were helping her learn how to block things while she's listening. It's okay, if you're gonna spend your time doing something, if you're gonna work out your bitter frustration with life, might as well be trying to build yourself with something. So I thought that was okay. Let's see. The very next scene is a mixture of this old country song, Come On Marianne, where this guy's trying to plead his cheating ways. And it's a mixture of that song with What Doesn't Kill You Makes You Stronger. And I thought that was a really fun action sequence. It's kind of like the anti-love song. I mean, it kind of reminded me of Hercules with I Won't Say I'm in Love, whereas that, the main character admits that she's in love despite being really cynical. This one, it's just more we don't love each other anymore. We never did. It's over. That was a great breakup song. I like it because it's okay, here's the thing about real girls. You aren't going to marry the first guy you ever date. You're going to want to because you're in deep puppy love, but it's not going to work out. And they're not always going to fall off a cliff. They still exist. You might still have to deal with them, especially if you're just in high school and you happen to live next to them, or if your family liked them and still wanted to, hey, ask what they're doing and all that, and if you have the similar friends, they're still in your life, and they annoy the hell out of you. And it's kind of nice to see an animated movie do that. I mean, it's not an incredibly pressing and important topic, but it's realistic, and I appreciate that. So what adds on to the twistedness is, of course, there's the bad guy from the Goblin Kingdom, the Bog King, which I heard is some kind of character name from A Midnight Summer's Dream or some kind of Shakespearean story. And yeah, there's this other subplot where an elf is in love with a fairy, so he makes this magic potion that he steals from the Goblin King's home. Which is sad because the guy who plays the elf was also in The Wiz and the 2005 Hairspray movie, and he has a lovely voice, but can't seem to find work. Poor little elf guy. Anyway, this little elf dude, who was animated pretty well, I thought. I really think, a singing voice, also a speaking voice, could do more stuff if they would just hire more black people. Anyway. So, yeah, the little elf dude pisses off the Bog King, so the Bog King comes down, he kidnaps the fairy princess, who happens to be the main brunette's sister, and yeah, it brings these two characters together, and the Bog King, gosh, he reminds you of Jafar, mixed with the Beast, he's just really gross and pointy, and while the fairies are butterfly people, all pretty and sparkly, He's like a pine cone with hornet wings, and he's all gross, and he's got this nose, but these really bright blue eyes, and these horrible teeth. So yeah, he's a great monster, and he also has this like nerdiness about him while also being pretty evil. So the Bald King is fun. And let's see, Alan Cumming, who is a pretty damn good Broadway actor. Like he provides the voice and the accent, like Scottish accent, and he's fun. Like I was really digging the Bald King, especially how like this guy is just a big Grinch when it comes to love, and how his mother, yes, his mother lives with him and is, breaking up castle and all that. She's constantly trying to set him up, and it's like, go away, mom, I don't want to deal with you right now. So it takes like this big evil guy and then turns into this pathetic, nerdy teenager. And, they kind of do it seamlessly where, yes, I can believe the same person deals with this. Like, this is just his home life. It's kind of like, I don't know, Jafar, he didn't really have much of a home life, but once in a while, he and Iago would have, like, little moments where they were buddies. And it reminds me of that. So anyway, like, the big plot comes on, or it's not much of a huge plot, mostly just all the fairy kingdom wants to go into the goblin forest and try to sort this out. So yeah, brunette chicks grabs her sword, goes into the forest even though creeps are out. And yeah, she has like this dance battle that turns into like sexy staring with the Bald King. And yeah, they have good reason to hate each other. They kind of just start talking and they start to like each other. And it's kind of what it's kind of what fangirls secretly want. Like, I remember back in the day when Loki first came out, everyone was getting the merchandise and saying what a beautiful muffin cinnamon roll he is and all that. And, it's like that whole crushes on villains. But in this movie, that actually comes true. Like, you get some dimension from these characters, just a little bit, but just enough, I think. And yeah, like the creepy villain that everyone loves to hate and hates to love, he gets to be shown a little bit human, and he gets a girl. Like, that's sweet. Like, does he deserve a girl? I don't know, he is pretty evil. But he's also kind of a sad, lonely person, and she's a sad, lonely person, and their misery loves each other's company. And in a way, that's sweet. Okay, it's like, I don't know, if we actually took the time to get to know our evil stepmothers in Disney movies, would they have this relationship? I don't know. Now, what makes this movie not good is the part where the ex-boyfriend commander thing is just so smarmy and nasty, but he still manages to like take up half the story, because apparently just watching females do stuff is boring to people. But yeah, even though he's a jerk and it's obvious to everyone lets him get away with it, and that's kind of annoying. Let's see, the blonde chick, she really is stupid and has no purpose except being the damsel. But now, whenever I say, sugar pie, honey bunch, the poor friends that I made watch this movie just cringe in pain, like the Bald King does in the movie when she sings that, and that's just a funny little joke. Yeah, this movie came out at the same time as Frozen did, so there is a great comparison to show where this movie fails and where Frozen succeeds, is that, there was a big moment where the chick could have saved herself. It would have been so easy if not for some stupid misunderstanding between her and the Bald King, where she could have just taken care of herself and everything would be fine and she'd be the hero. But no, it makes it whereas the Bald King is an anti-hero and he has to save the day and all that jazz, and it's just bleh. It makes it not a great story, but I really like the other stuff where they take Bald King and the brunette character. Like, I don't know, I just love their interactions and how they fell in love. It's corny, but it's a sweet corny. It's a delightful corny. Like, a scene where they fall in love is where they're destroying the Bald King's mother's, like, big date thing where she just covers a room full with little hearts and paper mache stuff, and it's so cute. And they're just talking about how much they hate it and they destroy it. And they're having fun, they're laughing at their hate, and it's like, oh, that's like the magic carpet ride. Aww. Okay, that's like Dancing at Midnight. That's all that silly, like fall in love in a night kind of jazz. And some people think that if you're a feminist, it's boring to watch somebody fall in love all over again. And yeah, I would like more movies where women do more than be romantic objects, but in a movie that's about romance, I think it's sweet when two characters find special things about each other and want to be in each other's lives just to find that special feeling more. I think it's sweet. So Strange Magic, it's not for everybody. It's not really so terrible it's good, though maybe it is. There are some things I genuinely think are good about it, like the animation and musical numbers, even though there are like 30 of them. I loved Glee, so I dig the hell out of that. I think it's definitely for animation fans because it's very pretty to look at. It's got great textures. It almost compares with DreamWorks Rise of the Guardians in textures, and that's a compliment, if anything ever will be. Yeah, I mean, the story is not great. It's flawed, and it wastes a moment where it could take females and make them strong and romantic at the same time. It does not succeed in that, which is what makes it a real failure, in my opinion. And there's sometimes where the dialogue just gets slow and, they kind of lose point and feels like they just get bored with their own work. But there are moments where, the Bog King and the brunette are just looking at each other and it's cute. So yeah, watch it because apparently I just really ship these characters and I want people to join my ship and make it a huge Titanic. So yeah, Strange Magic, I love it. I don't care if it's terrible. I'm aware it's terrible. I love it anyway. Love is strange. Many people take it for a game. Once you get